All right, welcome back to another episode of Everyday Tesla. I'm Jason. Thanks so much for joining us. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. We're over 500, trying to get to 1,000. I really appreciate all of my early subscribers. Thank you so much for being with us. Today we are going to go for a drive. We got about 6 inches of snow here in Chicago overnight last night and this morning, and it's still snowing right now. There's some more coming. So this is really my first time being able to take the Model Y out in the snow and see how it performs. So let's get driving. All right, so I do have the all-wheel drive Model Y long range, and we're going to see how that performs here on some snowy roads. The snow plows have been out clearing some of these roads, so these roads are not bad. What we're going to do is head over to a parking lot that still, I think, will have a bunch of snow on it, and we'll see what happens then. So one thing I do want to talk about are the windshield wipers here in the Model Y. They're not great. So I think they do pretty well just with regular rain or just regular water, but the way they handle when there's snow and there's salt on the road is not great. So I'll turn them on here, and you can see it just sort of spreads the salt around. So even when I use the windshield wiper fluid, you can see like it does an okay job. It does that one last wipe there, but then pretty quickly, the salt, it's spreading the salt around. It's not really removing the salt from the windshield, not as well as other cars that I've owned in the past. So that's something, that could be improved for sure. All right, so I accelerated a little quick in that turn on purpose, and the back end did slip out from underneath me a little bit there, but quickly regained traction and kept me going straight. See if we can find a part of this parking lot here at the mall that hasn't been plowed very well yet. This is good. So most of these roads here are pretty snow covered, so this will give us a good idea. Again, the back end swerved, fishtailed a little bit there as we came out of that turn, and all right, so this will be good. So these are not, looks like this parking lot here has not been plowed at all. So we're just going to we're gonna have a little fun here in the parking lot and see what happens. So trying to slide the car, trying to do a donut, the car's not going to let you do a donut, no matter how much you want to. The traction control takes over and kind of regains traction as soon as you try. So even if I turn the wheel all the way and try to keep turning, the traction control is stepping in. It's blinking the light on my display here for the traction control. So I mean, in a normal car, like every other car I've had before, the back end would be flying all over the place and would be fishtailing quite a bit. But in this car, it keeps you going straight. So let's do a little traction here from a stop. So we'll come to a complete stop, and I'll just floor it, and we'll see what happens. So, I mean, it's interesting, right? Because it senses that it's having trouble with the traction, and it accelerates very slowly. So let's do that again. Come to a complete stop, and I'm just going to put the pedal all the way down. I'm going to floor it here. So it's sensing the slip, and just accelerating very slowly, and it's just keeping me going in a straight line, which is really nice. Alright, we'll go through some heavy snow here. Goes right through it, no problem. You know, the extra height on this car, that being off the ground a little bit more, makes a big difference. So the Model S did a nice job too when I had the Model S, but I have to say the Model Y performs even better. So even when you work up some speed and try to make the turn really fast, it's correcting the whole time. So, you know, if you're one of these people that likes to go into track mode and kind of do the donuts in the snow, the Model Y is not going to do it. Not the long range anyway. Let's see if we can get a circle going here. No. So I have the steering wheel turned the whole way and it won't let us. I'm sure it won't be long until security catches on to what I'm doing here and tries to kick me out. Very impressive though. Like, I feel like I'm in complete control of the car at all times. Even though there's a lot of snow, it's all snow packed. I feel like I'm in complete control. It's keeping me straight. That was a very fast acceleration, and again, the back end slips a little bit like this. You can feel it moving around a little bit, but you know, you're not out of control. You're not slipping out of control. Let's do a little braking test here. I'm gonna hit the snow and brake. So you can feel the anti-lock brakes kind of doing their thing, and it slows me down at the right pace and kept me going straight the whole time, so it didn't swerve at all. We'll take this turn here pretty fast if I can do it safely, and see what happens. So here's our left turn. I'm flooring it now. Alright, I let up just a little bit there. I didn't want to slide into the snowbank. But at first, when it first turned green, I put my foot all the way down, and you know, it did a good job. This guy's digging out here. Looks like he's stuck. It's not going to happen in the Model Y. I don't know if you guys can hear that rattle coming from the back seat, but it's the seat belt hitting against the side plastic of the car. So whenever my kids get out of the car and they don't put the seat belt all the way back, it rattles. That was pretty interesting. So going through a heavy snow drift there, you could feel, you could hear it rubbing against the bottom of the car, but it went right through it, no problem. I'm gonna go fix that seat belt. So pretty amazing traction control. Does such a good job. Makes me feel very safe driving the car. So that'll do it as I'm driving back home here. I hope you enjoyed that short video about what it's like to drive the Model Y in some heavy snow. I've been waiting for it to snow here a decent amount so that we could go out and give it a try, and we finally got the opportunity. So all in all, super impressed. I feel very safe driving this car. You know, I feel safe having my family in this car going on a long road trip. We go to Michigan quite a bit, so you can drive through some heavy snow sometimes when you're on that side of Lake Michigan. So this will be a very, you know, very safe car to drive around in, and I'm very happy with it. So let me know if you have any questions. Leave those in the comments down below. I always enjoy reading your comments. I try to respond to everyone. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.